Hi, this is Jeff Gagan with your Lancaster Home TV. We're downtown in Lancaster City with Heather Hough, and she's an interior designer who wants to talk a little bit about designing homes for small spaces. This is a home that was recently purchased by a client of mine, and she's moving in, has some furnishings here, and we wanted to just kind of talk about some of the basic principles. And Heather, you're the person to talk about that, so
yes.
We hear you have a couple of tips for us. But first I want to find out a little bit about how you got so passionate about interior design.
I've had a passion for interior design for many years as a kid, then teenage, and I decided to go to college for it and develop more of a passion. I learned the basics of design, how to apply that to rooms. So I love working with small spaces. I love living in the city and working with clients on their small homes.
Cool, cool. So you had some tips for us today. So tell us some of the things that you wanted us to know about small spaces.
Yes, working with small spaces, it's a common issue that city owners have. So there's 3 tips that you can start off with working with a small space. To start off with, you want to think about your creating workspaces like cooking, eating, working, if you have a home office, and then, social time, things of that sort. So you want to think of what you would need in the space.
Okay.
So you just want to separate out spaces so everything's not a clutter, and then you have everything where you need it. So second, you want to think about the furnishings. With the furnishings, you want to think of multi-use type of pieces, like say in your living room setup, instead of having a coffee table, you would maybe want to choose an ottoman to where it has storage inside the ottoman, and then you can also place things on it, and it can also be used as additional seating.
Sort of like this ottoman right here that we have in the living room, but
exactly.
I don't think this one opens up. Actually, I think it does.
Yes. Well,
so there you go.
Yes. So well, no, actually I don't think it opens.
Oh, but
it looks like it could open. But there's a lot of, go to any furniture store and you'll have a lot of options for finding pieces like that. Especially, furniture pieces today, the designers behind the product have thought about, the smaller spaces, and they create a lot of furnishings to have the multi-use of storage and the seating.
And they look good too.
And they look good too.
Okay.
And
what's the last point?
And the last point is decorating a space. There are things of this to dress up a space, but you want to think of, with paint, perhaps using a higher sheen to reflect light. You want to take use of the windows, and you want to get as much natural light into a space as you can. So you want the space to not have too many sheens, just because you want it to be consistent, and you don't want it.
But by sheens, you mean like maybe having a flat wall and a shiny table?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. You want it to be cohesive, and you don't want to break up the space too much. I say have addition of fabrics, prints, just to dress up a space, but you don't want to have too much of a variety, because then again it's not coherent, and it just can break up the space into smaller segments and just not look right. So but I'm all about adding color and fabric to a space. It's just you want to keep it limited. You don't want to add too much. It's like an outfit when you're dressing yourself. It's like you don't want to put paisley and stripes and solid colors, and it's just like you don't want to mix all of that.
I think I know someone like that.
Yeah. You just don't want to do that. Think of how you dress yourself. You want to apply the same application to a space. You just don't want to do too much. Simpler, the better, especially when it comes to smaller spaces.
Oh, very good. Well, I appreciate your time. And if anybody has any questions about interior design, they can reach you at, and the email is, or Twitter?
Yes, HDesigner, so it's HDESIGNR @gmail.com.
Very good. And again, you can always reach me at jeff@yourlancasterhome.com, and have a great day.